son of a bitch! In the wake of the unexpected appearance of Crown Prince Ming Yuan, Ming Cheng, perturbed and visibly frustrated, let slip a muttered curse under his breath, his discontent palpable. He grappled with the sudden intrusion, questioning the motivations behind the prince's untimely arrival and the apparent disruption of their scheduled performance. The room crackled with an undercurrent of tension, swirling with the weight of unspoken conjecture and unease. Meanwhile, Miss Wan, ever the epitome of grace and ethics, and offering her apologies for the perceived inconvenience. However, before she could fully convey the sentiment, Ming Yuan's raised hand effectively silenced her, which casted a moment of suspended anticipation over the gathering. Ming Yuan stood as a striking figure, his features a mesmerizing blend of both masculine and feminine allure. Possessing a tall and commanding frame, his appearance was highlighted by a pair of piercing turquoise eyes that seemed to hold the weight of untold secrets and enigmatic depth. Jet black hair framed his flawless countenance, accentuating his perfect brows and a jawline that exuded an air of unrivaled precision. His pale, smooth skin only added to the ethereal quality of his presence, casting a radiant glow against the backdrop of a figure that seemed to embody an exquisite, almost surreal beauty. However, beneath the captivating exterior lay a demeanor that bespoke an icy indifference, a detachment that seemed to shroud him in an aura of enigmatic mystique. Revered and whispered about in hushed tones, he was secretly referred to as the Ice Beauty, a moniker that encapsulated the mysterious aloofness that seemed to permeate. As the weight of his proclamation hung in the air, his voice composed. He revealed the unsettling news. A group of fleeing spies, clandestinely making their way toward the brothel's threshold. His words resonated through the room. In the midst of the rising tension, Ming Yuan, emblematic of a formidable and striking presence, raised his sword with an accusing gesture directed squarely at Mei Xiang. "I believe it's you." As the room was filled with a crescendo of jeers and mutters, unity disintegrated into discord as the audience grappled with the weight of the unfounded accusation. Despite the gravity of the situation, Elite Zhao was swift to dismiss the claim, forcefully rejecting the assertion with a scathing retort, "Absolute nonsense." Elite Zhang, echoing the sentiment, voiced his incredulity. "Your Highness, positing that it would be inconceivable for Mei Xiang, if truly the royal spy, to grace the establishment rather than seek refuge in flight." In the charged aftermath of the accusation, Ming Yuan, undeterred, advanced his inquiry, probing the possibility of Mei Xiang evading suspicion by masquerading within the ranks of the courtesans, offering a compelling counterpoint to the rapidly unfolding drama. However, his line of questioning met with a sneer from Ming Fei. "Brother, is that your excuse to see the fair, Mei Xiang?" His biting remark not only challenged the veracity of the accusation, but also carried an underlying implication of his brother's ulterior motives. In the midst of the charged exchange, a jibe from Ming Fei ricocheted through the room, drawing a cold glare from Ming Yuan. Fundamentally unfazed, Ming Fei, with a sense of impish defiance, veiled his expression behind a fan, exhibiting his penchant for sowing mischief amidst the brewing tension. Meanwhile, Minister Pei, exuding a heavy tone of resignation, voiced a poignant doubt that hung heavily in the air, questioning the rationale behind Mei Xiang's sudden implication as the princess spy. His query was met with a semblance of agreement from the audience, who echoed the sentiment, recognizing the unlikelihood of such a startling revelation. In response, Ming Yuan, resolute in his conviction, drew attention to a crucial detail. "The princess spy had been bleeding from the arm," he asserted. "Mei Xiang isn't bleeding, Your Highness. So where is your evidence?" That assertion that brought a sharp retort from Jian Tian as she challenged the thin grounds upon which the accusation stood. As the disputatious exchanges hung heavily in the air, all attention was drawn toward the enigmatic figure of Mei Xiang, seated in tranquil repose behind the grandeur of the opulent curtain. The sheer presence of Mei Xiang cast an enchanting spell over the audience, her serene countenance and the mellifluous quality of her voice effortlessly captivating all who bore witness. In response to the unsettling accusation laid before her, Mei Xiang, her voice brimming with quiet determination, presented a calm yet pressing query. "What must I do to prove my innocence?" As the din of the hall subsided, the crowd held its collective breath, waiting for a resolution to the escalating drama. "Umask." His suggestion was met with a murmur of disbelief. "Impossible." A firm and dismissive retort echoed from Jian Tian. Undeterred, the prince advanced purposefully, only to be halted by a steadfast maid. With unyielding determination, the maid sought to impede the prince's progress. Yet he effortlessly bypassed her, his unwavering resolve pushing him onward. As Ming Yuan surged forward, Determined to unveil the truth, the enwrapped audience bore witness to an electrifying spectacle. Mei Xiang, with fluid grace and deft agility, eluded the prince's exerted reach, executing a gravity-defying somersault that culminated with a flawless landing upon the ground. A collective gasp of astonishment gave way to a frenzied eruption of cheers, the room alive with the vibrant energy of entranced onlookers. Against the backdrop of this dazzling showcase, the voices of the audience intermingled in a fervent display of support and exuberance. Minister Wei enthusiastically rallied behind the actions of the prince, placing his bet on the imposing figure's enthralling pursuit. Meanwhile, Elite Feng, awestruck by Mei Xiang's transcendent display of skill, professed an unwavering belief in her unparalleled abilities, heralding her as a true prodigy worthy of acclaim. Ming Yuan couldn't help but acknowledge Mei Xiang's remarkable prowess, yet in his encounter, he deliberately restrained his full strength, mindful of her gender. Seizing the opportunity, he deftly tore her sleeve when she was off guard, only to discover an unexpected revelation. Despite the existence of a wound on the left arm of the princess spy, Mei Xiang's pristine porcelain-like skin remained untarnished, devoid of any scars or injury. Instead, a small portion of her arm bore a subtle pinkish hue, inciting a perplexing sense of intrigue within Ming Yuan. Meanwhile, the lecherous gaze of certain onlookers lingered upon her exposed skin, their eyes alight with a disturbing glint of lust. Among them, a disquieting hunger for dominance and possession hung heavily in the air, as these individuals harbored sordid desires to lay claim to her in a manner befitting their insatiable appetites. Zhang Lin quickly covered her exposed skin, expressing disdain. "This is an insult to Mei Xiang's dignity," she exclaimed. "I can't fathom that the crown prince, a supposed man of virtue, is actually a shameless, disgusting pervert," she added with contempt. Ming Yuan, although unaffected by their remark, understood the need to uphold his honor. "I sincerely apologize for the interruption to Miss Mei Xiang and the audience," he announced, striving to maintain dignity in the face of criticism. An elite's voice dripped with disdain. "A mere apology won't suffice to correct your mistake." This elite, known for his sharp tongue and unwavering standards, often made his opinions heard. Elite Han, always composed and quietly observant, shook his head in disappointment, murmuring, "What a shame to the royal family." Ming Yue, with his tact and insight, gently offered a solution. "First, brother, considering the upcoming royal banquet, why not extend the honor of an invitation to Miss Mei Xiang as a gesture of compensation?" Jian Tian readily agreed. "That sounds fair enough." Mei Xiang, with her head held high, expressed, "I don't take offense in the crown prince's actions. In fact, it was an honor to spar with you. If you'll excuse me, I'll take my leave." With a graceful bow, she excused herself, departing alongside the procession of courtesans. "Princess!" Jian Chan exclaimed with concern as he gently removed the acupuncture needle from her head.